picture this. You're chilling, maybe watching some old sci-fi flick, and bam, it hits you. What if robots took over, like the boring stuff? Not battling aliens, but, grabbing your groceries.
Yeah.
Well, Tesla's recent AI Day kind of threw that idea into overdrive. So today, we're dissecting a fascinating personal take on the event. No marketing hype here, just one person's insights, trying to separate the truly groundbreaking from, well, the usual noise.
And what I find really intriguing right off the bat is how the source tackles this inherent tension with Tesla, right? They're this Wall Street darling answerable to investors and their demands.
Oh, absolutely.
But at the same time, they're this ambitious tech powerhouse pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
It's like, how do you balance writing the next great American novel when you're also contractually obligated to pump out bestsellers?
Exactly. And that duality, that push and pull, it frames everything we saw at AI Day.
So knowing that, what should we be focusing on? What did this AI Day reveal about how that balancing act is playing out, you think?
Well, it means we got to look beyond the flashy headlines and the stock prices. Take, for example, when Tesla unveils a new robot prototype. On the surface, it's like, ooh, shiny new tech. But it's also a strategic move.
Oh, totally.
It's Tesla signaling to those investors, hey, we're making progress, we're on track with our grand vision.
So it's like a high-stakes performance art piece, almost. And speaking of visions, our source really zeroes in on how Musk used this AI Day to paint a picture of the future, right?
Yes. And it's not just about, flying cars and robot butlers, though I'm sure Musk wouldn't mind those.
Well, who wouldn't?
It's about how AI and robotics, according to him at least, can tackle some really big, hairy challenges. Think sustainable transportation, revolutionizing industries to be more efficient, even addressing those looming labor shortages everyone's worried about.
And that's where that whole force multiplier concept comes in, right?
Okay.
The source brought that up, and it's such a fascinating idea. But how does that actually work in, the real world?
Okay, imagine this. You're a surgeon, but you're not limited by geography anymore. You're performing a complex procedure on someone miles away, all because you've got a team of robotic assistants carrying out your every instruction with, superhuman precision.
Wow.
That's a force multiplier. Or think about disaster relief. Robots are going into areas too dangerous for humans, rescuing survivors, delivering aid, all while human teams oversee the bigger picture.
That's incredible.
It's not about replacing us. It's about amplifying what we're capable of.
Now, we can't talk about Tesla and robots without addressing, well, let's just say the stagecraft of past presentations.
Yeah.
I mean, remember that whole thing with the guy in the robot suit? It's hard not to be a tad skeptical.
Oh, yeah. I think we all remember that.
So how is this different?
It's the sheer ambition behind Optimus, I think. This isn't some one-off publicity stunt. What the source is highlighting is Tesla's goal to create a mass-market humanoid robot. Not a research project, not a luxury toy, something as ubiquitous as, a washing machine. And that has the potential to disrupt pretty much every industry imaginable.
So not just changing the game, but maybe inventing a whole new one.
Right. And the source is smart to focus on the economic implications of that. If Optimus really does become as commonplace as they suggest, it changes everything. The way we work, the jobs we do, even how we value human labor in the first place.
Which brings up a question that the source thankfully dives into a bit. Could this technology actually create more jobs than it displaces? Sounds counterintuitive, but
It's definitely a possibility. Look at the internet. It made a lot of jobs obsolete, but it also birthed entire industries no one could have even imagined before.
that's true.
The source is suggesting we might see a similar dynamic with robotics. There will be a shift, for sure, but not necessarily a net loss.
So lots of unknowns, but a future brimming with possibilities. Sounds about right for, well, pretty much any tech prediction these days.
And that's where this source's balanced perspective is so refreshing, honestly. They acknowledge that Musk's timelines are often, shall we say, aspirational.
To put it lightly, yeah.
But they also remind us that the guy has a track record of achieving what many thought was impossible.
Which means what? Don't panic, but stay informed. Keep an open mind.
Exactly. It's not about predicting the future perfectly. It's about understanding the forces shaping it.
And those forces are definitely swirling around AI and robotics right now. And while our source really dug deep into the practical implications of Musk's announcements, it gets you thinking about the bigger picture. What ethical questions are going to pop up as these technologies become more integrated into our everyday lives? It's a brave new world out there, and as this deep dive shows, it's one we need to approach with curiosity, a healthy dose of skepticism, and maybe even a bit of awe.